Today, I'm going to be going out to the Weber kettle with a cast iron pan, and I'm going to be making steak, but not just any steak. I'm going to be making volcano steak. So what is volcano steak, you're probably wondering? Well, think about it. It's going to be hot, which means it's going to be spicy, but it's not just going to be spicy one way. It's going to be spicy two ways, because we're going to be using a bone-in ribeye, which is going to be dusted with a fiery rub. And then at the end, after we sear that and cook it in a cast iron pan out on the Weber kettle, we're going to add some lava butter to the top. So let's make that lava butter first. So here I've got 3, maybe 4 tablespoons of butter, which is softened. It's been sitting at room temperature for a little while. And to this, we're going to add our spices. First thing that's going in is a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. Our next addition to this lava butter is some Red Rooster Louisiana hot sauce. We're going to put maybe a teaspoon-ish in there, maybe a little more. Now, if some of this seems extra spicy, it is. That's the way I want it. You don't have to go this far. You can dial the heat up or down any way you want. But let's get this mixed up. I'm just using a fork to combine this. Going to get some of that nice red color into the butter here. You can see how creamy that is from softening. I can already smell the heat coming off this. Now what we're going to do with this butter is we're going to put it in some wax paper and roll it up so it's in a little bit of a cylinder. Then we're going to put it back in the refrigerator so it firms up again. So we have our piece of wax paper here. We're just going to spoon the butter down onto it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to roll it gently. We don't want it to squish everywhere. We just want to try and form that cylinder. And some of it may squeeze out the edges a little bit. That's not going to hurt. Just like this. We just want to get it in a rough cylinder. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to bring the ends back up, just like that. That's our little package of lava butter. We're going to put that in the refrigerator to firm up. Next step is making our fiery volcano rub for this ribeye steak. Ingredients are very simple. It's 1 teaspoon of each of the following: cayenne pepper, paprika, ground black pepper, garlic powder. Now you can mix this up, combine this any way you want. I like to put it in just a little dish here with a lid, shake it up. So we get that nice fiery color on that. Let's give this a taste. That's volcanic. Let's get our steak out and get it rubbed. What I have here is a bone-in ribeye, little over a pound, on the smallish side. Didn't want to do a huge one today. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to the outside. Not much. I'm just going to rub this in on both sides. Now it's time for our volcano dust. This rub's going to be spicy. Want a good coating on here because we're going to be searing this in cast iron, and I want to create almost a crust with this. Both sides, get a nice rub on there, get all that color. Even on the edges a little bit. Make sure I've got those edges. So while the lava butter is firming up in the refrigerator, we're going to put this bone-in ribeye in there also so that it can absorb some of these flavors for a couple hours before we take it out and start grilling it up in that cast iron pan on the Weber kettle. I'll bring you back when we're ready to do that. All right, the grill is fired up. The cast iron skillet is heating up. Here's our volcano steak with that lovely red color of all those hot spices on it. I'm just adding a little bit of salt to the outside because that is not included in the rub. Want that as a top layer here. Both sides. Some nice coarse salt here. Now let's check our pan and see how hot it is. If you can see there, I've got the cast iron skillet over a fair amount of briquettes in the vortex. Now let's just check and see if we can see what our temperature is with the infrared thermometer. From the 550 range, that's looking pretty good. Still going up. I think we're ready to get this steak on. Oh boy, you could smell those spices. We're gonna go for about 2 minutes on this side before we flip it. Get a good sear on it, a good char. Then we'll do 2 minutes on the other side, then we'll check our internal temperature. You just hear that sizzling in the cast iron. This is why I love cast iron. Boy, that cayenne is really coming off there. All right, let's check this here. All right, let's give this a turn. Oh, look at that beautiful char. Okay, let's do a quick little check with the instant read. Oh, we still have plenty to go. But we're gonna move this indirect in just a minute. Okay, we're gonna move this indirect now. Move our cast iron pan off. Remember, only do this with good gloves. And we're gonna put our lid on and let this finish cooking quickly. All right, let's give our steak a check. I'm shooting to pull at about 125. And we are there. Get this off, get it inside, dress it up with our lava butter. Here is our volcano steak. It smells amazing. I hope you can see the color on this is just incredible. Now let's top it with that lava butter. And you could put as much of this as you want on there. I'm just going for one little pat that's gonna melt and spread around. Oh, look at that. Ooh, it is really tender. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Rare, medium rare. Okay, I'm ready to taste. All right, I have my bottle of water, fire extinguisher, 911's ready to be called. I like spicy food. I may have overdone it slightly on this, but we'll see. I'm dipping it in extra butter here, and I'm going for that full piece that I cut. Whoa. That's high octane. Here we go. Okay. That is spicy, no doubt about it. But the spice does not overpower the flavor. There's a lot of flavor in this. I'm going back in. And I'm going to dip it in some more of that lava butter. See right there? Dripping lava butter. That's a really good flavor. Now, as I said earlier in the video, you could dial the heat down on this a lot. You don't have to use cayenne or use less cayenne. Use a milder chili powder. I think the cayenne works really well here. Definite heat, I'm feeling it, but the flavor in here is just amazing. Now, the star of the show is definitely the bone-in ribeye, but the supporting player, that lava butter, is a close second. That is really good with those crushed pepper flakes and that Louisiana hot sauce in it. I'm going again. I mean, look at this. I'm just covering it with that butter. And it is just perfect medium, medium rare, kind of medium rare, I think. Okay, my wife's going to try some. She doesn't like really spicy food. You got to step in here.
Okay.
Step in closer. It's got a little tiny piece there.
It's good.
Isn't it good?
It's spicy.
You got some spice? But it's good, isn't it?
It is.
Really good flavor. So if you're into spice of any level, like I said, dial it up, dial it down. You could even go more on this. You could forget the paprika and do 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper, or add that paprika in there and still do 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper. Anything you want. In that butter, you could add a super hot sauce to that. You know, something made with Carolina Reapers if you want. Really, it's up to you. The idea behind this is getting a spicy, flavorful piece of steak. And this volcano steak, it fits that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to check out some of the other videos on my channel and consider subscribing. And if you do, click that bell for notifications. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great evening. I'll see you again soon.